Hello, good morning. My name is Inez and I'm going to take you through a day in my life in Palma de Mallorca. So as you can see, I magically just woke up as if I didn't just place my phone beside the bed. And yes, I do wear that blue shirt. It makes me feel like I just slept with Nate Archibald. So I do really like the vibe of it. So I started off my morning with opening up the window because it reeked. You can literally see it's like a sauna. I do live in Palma de Mallorca, so that is pretty understandable. Then I brushed my hair, and that is quite a task because I spent years of my life dyeing my hair hideous colors. So here I am with my natural hair. You can see my roots, they're huge, but I've decided I'm not going to touch my hair anymore. So let's go through my day. I usually brush my hair. I mean, that's not a usually, that's a always. Wash my face. I like to use simple products, really, just a CeraVe cleanser for acne. I have acne prone skin. So I am a ballet dancer, and one of the reasons that I actually moved to Palma de Mallorca was to dance ballet. However, I have tendonitis, which means I'm injured. I can't dance, but it's not that bad. I can walk. I go for walks every day. I'm just not supposed to dance now. That doesn't really stop me entirely of doing that in my household, but I mean, at least for the main part, I'm not going to ballet this week, and we'll see about next week. So let's say I have a little week off. So I start off with drinking water. That's great. Come closer. Water. As a ballet dancer, I really try to make every little mundane task as graceful as possible, so I hope you get that from my video. One of my favorite things for breakfast are eggs, so here we are making an omelette out of 4 eggs for me and my partner. So I'm going to add ham and cheese and an onion into that, and a good load of spices. I love some piri piri sauce, oregano, perejil, whatever's there, just throw it in. So I did put Dermot on smoothie duty. So for our smoothie, we have some dates, some strawberries, which are not so fresh, but I guess that would be perfect for a smoothie. And we got a banana. We're gonna mix it with soy milk because we have no juice. Usually I much prefer juice and just a heaping tablespoon of Greek yogurt, but that's not what we have, so we're gonna use what we have. So here he is taking his god sweet time cutting up everything. That's why I had to speed it the fuck up. Blend, blend, blend. And here we are, serving up. Served him first because I'm a good girlfriend. And then I sat down and ate beside him. So here he is, just washing away, slaving away for me. But I did make him a cup of tea because I thought he deserves it. So I made myself a little matcha, and I made him just normal Barry's tea, no lines in this household, with some milk, and I gave that to him.
XOXO.
And then this one, Yara Latafa. Best perfume. And some behind the neck. So here comes the point that we left the house. It was around 10:30 and we walked past a granny party. I don't know. So that was actually a very wholesome free event for the pensioners. So let's see where we go next. That's enough slices. Are you gonna do so? So then we went to the most touristy, hipstery, overpriced market there is on this island, and we fit right into the vibe. They're so beautiful. The wonderful market of Santa Catalina has lots of cheese, artisanal products, wines, dried fruit. There's people standing with herbs. There is a lot to choose from. However, your price point is going to be much higher than any other market. So let's go about with our day. The sun came out even though it was meant to be a cloudy and misty day, so I am happy. And did I mention I got a rose? So yes, your girl is very happy. So she's going to go off on her little walk, itsy ditsy, because she got a rose. Walk past this beautiful park on our way to our second mercat, which is Mercat San Olivar, right in the city center. But let's see what we met on the way.
I thought we said and come. You wanted me to.
XOXO gossip.
Yeah, then don't you wanted me to turn the video off, but you said I come and then you didn't. I was like,
That's enough.
We had literally just left the house and already got photographs, so we got to keep those. They were looking for happy people, so I wasn't exactly sure why we were the first option, but they were actually quite cool. Two Ukrainian guys we were photographed literally last time we walked past as well, so it must be something about our aura. Then we got a classic café con leche because this costs nothing in Spain. Although Palma de Mallorca is more expensive. And there was this little trapeze monkey, which was literally my favorite thing ever. Look in this cafe.
I already got that.
Traditional Mallorcan cafe. Yeah. Vamos. Then we arrived to our newly discovered favorite thing ever, which was Mercat San Olivar. Mercat San Olivar, yeah, because it's in Catalan, but I think would be San Olivar, right, in Spanish. But don't quote me on that. Le Olivar, Mercat Le Olivar, I'm not sure. I did start Catalan this morning, actually, with Duolingo, which is what I did when I got home. But we were searching for mejillones, which are mussels. And we also encountered a lot of moving creatures, which was quite interesting. But it was a fish market, so I didn't expect anything less. I was very intrigued by the caviar, but I certainly could not afford it. That little tin was €25. That was the cheapest thing out of all of them. Then we walked past a herbalist, so I thought I'm gonna get some roses and some of these other flowers just to make teas. Then we walked to the most demented nerd incelly shop there was, and it did in fact smell worse than the fish market we were just at. But I went because I love my boyfriend. But in all seriousness, nothing smells as bad as the Warhammer shop in the city centre of Dublin. Yes, that place reeks of men who have not showered in weeks. And that rhymed. So then we used the free public transportation because we have the resident cards. Well, I do at least. And we got ourselves a bus home. We also got a kilogram of fresh tomatoes, which was nice. So while we were on this bus, we decided we're going to take a little quiz on which gossip girl am I. I did get Vanessa, and Diarmid did get Dan Humphrey, which is what I suspected. So these are the beautiful streets of Palma de Mallorca that we drive past. Look at that. Yes, that river with no water. Here's me expressing my inner Mallorquina. This is the most dancing I can do this week, and it's not that bad. I had some of yesterday's kombucha. It's really nice kombucha. And then we started washing our mejillones. So we spent a good 15-20 minutes doing that. This is our couple bonding time. So here I was again making my next concoction. So I just chopped up some spinach. These olives we got were so good. They were from Corte Inglés, that little supermarket at the bottom. Strawberries, onions, some of those leftover onions from the mejillones. And here's that sexy slow-mo of me stirring up that salad.
Okay, let's make a fun little drink. Chopping up some straws in there. Then I'm gonna use half of an orange.
And the other half will be in the drink.
I'm just gonna add water. Your lion April in the background, Fanta. Fanta knockoff.
Now this was a pretty sexy lunch setup, so we got munching on that straight away. Now this is good kilo, actually more, they always give a little bit more, of mussels cooked in white wine and butter, garlic and onion. So they were delicious. We did a little salute to our little half healthy, half unhealthy drink. You know, I'm not too strict on these things. White bread with butter, real butter. Here I am being a good housewife. And here I am actually resting my injured foot. So I did that. Then we enjoyed some very wholesome and totally not sad Your Lion April episodes, from which I decided, yeah, I think it's time for another cup of tea. So I tried out those new roses that I got to make myself my favorite little rose petal tea. So here I am adding that in with some honey. Then I felt a little bit snackish, so I had some dates with peanut butter. They were really nice, and I thought it's time to be a little bit productive. So I took some pictures of my painting, and I'm trying to sell it through my website. Then I took some more pictures of clothes I wanted to sell on Vinted, and I edited my website to actually include the painting and a paintings for sale list page type of thing. Then I studied Spanish, and I no joke do Duolingo for like 30-40 minutes sometimes. It just depends how I'm feeling, but I love Duolingo. And then it was actually time for dinner. You see me being graceful, adding in my beautiful rice, and I mixed some leftovers into these little pancakes. I am the queen of leftovers, so I know always what to make with them. Added some good old sesame seeds, had a little egg with mine. Look how well they look. Yeah, fried some spinach with some butter, served my man first, of course. And then I decided to paint for the evening, but I only did a light sketch. I did eat some white chocolate as well. I was meant to paint my rose at the beginning, but then I thought I'm not really good at these types of paintings. I prefer to always paint a nice little fairy tale background, so that's what we're doing. But right now I just kind of have a little outline of a sketch of what's gonna happen. I don't know if you can even tell what that is. So this is my little going out outfit, because I was determined to see that sunset at 8:20. But it was quite cloudy, so this is the best we got from it. But I sat at the beach for like half an hour, which was also quite nice. So here you are. Here's the beautiful view. Okay, as I was walking home, I found this case beside the bin. Look at this case. And it's literally so beautiful inside. And it was free. Thank you for sticking around. Give a little like. Make sure to check out my Vinted. Buy my art off my website if you want to. Or don't. See you next time.